Same Tony.
What's up?
New buds. Your favorite dickerer is back in a brand new show about Maine medical marijuana. Join Tony Bennett in Roll Your Own, the series. Token Tony and crew will be traveling the entire state of Maine to show you how to grow incredible cannabis from seed to harvest.
We're going to take you in, we're going to show you the equipment, we're going to show you the grow, and we're going to show you how to pull this off on your own.
We'll be showing you outstanding medical marijuana success stories, delicious recipes, product reviews, demonstrations, answer your questions, and much more.
I'm Tony Bennett, and this is Roll Your Own.
Roll Your Own, the series, on Facebook and YouTube. Like Roll Your Own, the series on Facebook and visit mainlymedicated.com for more information.
Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to Roll Your Own, the series. Throughout our show, we're going to teach you everything you need to know about growing Maine medical marijuana. From seed to harvest, from your closet to a warehouse, and everything in between. But don't forget, first you need to get certified. And you can do that right here at the Relief Clinic in Auburn, Maine. We're here at the Relief Clinic in Auburn, Maine, and we're talking with Evelyn, and she's going to help us find out exactly what you got to do to get your Maine Cannabis Certification card. So what do we got to do, Evelyn?
Well, first of all, I will ask you for a Maine State ID or a license.
Sure.
And then we would take your payment at the beginning.
Absolutely.
And we also offer for patients, if they don't have the money right up front, a payment plan.
Nice.
Of course, you don't get qualified until we have the final payment of yours.
Yeah.
We also offer a vet discount of 10%.
Beautiful.
We also offer home visits.
Wow.
And confidential visits. So in case you want to stay anonymous, we also offer that. Like, for example, after our hours.
Oh, that is huge. That's huge.
And then, of course, we will need your medical records.
Sure, sure.
If for some reason, like you haven't gotten them yet from your doctor, then we will have you sign a release form and we will get them for you.
Nice, very nice.
And then, of course, you will have to fill out the paperwork.
Well, all right, let's take a look at that and see what that pertains to.
So when you're ready to fill out the paperwork, we have 3 different forms. Form 1 will explain your medications, and we will take a brief PTSD questionnaire, and then we will ask you questions such as you smoke or exercise. We will also ask you what you have used in the past, like for different kind of drugs. And then we will ask you exactly like what kind of things you feel. For example, if you have hearing loss or heartburn or nausea, what kind of cramps you have. And then additionally, we just have a form that we need for the office where we find out your information, your address, and we will have you sign a consent form and also initial that you understand different laws that we have written down. And then additionally, depending on what you come in for, we have a PTSD form. We have one for the civilians and one for military. We will also have you fill out a brief pain inventory if you're here for pain or muscle spasm. And then we also have a form that you will fill out if in case you have nausea, and those are the different qualifications that you're coming in for.
So exactly what would I have to do to get qualified here? I mean, what do I have to go through? I see you got a list here.
Yep.
State of Maine qualifying conditions for medical cannabis include cancer, glaucoma, HIV or AIDS, hepatitis C, ALS disease, Crohn's disease, Alzheimer's, nail patella syndrome, intractable pain, cachexia or wasting syndrome, severe nausea, seizures, and severe muscle spasms.
So for example, if a patient comes in here and asks, can I qualify for anxiety, we will tell them that they can't. but often patients with anxiety have severe nausea. So we
Right.
can't qualify you for the anxiety, but we can qualify you
So
for...
they might qualify and not think they're going to. They need to come in here and find out on their, whether they can.
Yep.
Don't sit home and
Correct.
wonder. Come in
That's
and
right.
you're probably going to be all set.
How have you been finding the medical cannabis working for you?
It's been working really good for me. A lot better than the opiates I was on for years.
Oh, very good. We hear that a lot. So no problems with the strains?
No, nothing at all. I've had very good strains, as a matter of fact.
Very good. And your ingestion method?
I mostly smoke it, but I do eat it as well. I have some butters, but mostly I mostly smoke.
You try and promote ingestion without smoking?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to switch over to a lot more edibles.
And sometimes the topicals just work great.
Yeah, I've been hearing that.
Did you have any other medical problems?
I guess I got a laundry list.
Let
Be
us
honest
begin.
with you. Yeah, I've got a lot of chronic pain. Lower back mostly in the lower back. Broke my ankles several times, so they give me a lot of trouble.
Okay, any hardware remaining?
No, I've got no steel or no metal in me.
We were talking about your medication list. Right now, you're pretty much cannabis and occasional Aleve.
Yeah, cannabis daily, and I leave once, maybe twice a week.
We'll see you in about 6 months. Just for a quick
buddy.
follow-up, as soon as there's any new problems.
Yep. Thanks for
All right,
squeezing
sir.
me in. I appreciate it.
Very welcome.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations, you got certified.
Thank you, hon.
And here's your certification. The one that says certification is the one that you need to keep on you at all times so that you're legal.
Okay.
The one that says designation is the one that goes either to a caregiver or a dispensary, or if you're going at home yourself, then it needs to be placed where your plants are. It was great to have you as a patient.
It was great coming here. What a great experience.
Thanks.
This is the best doctor's visit I've ever had.
No
Thanks
needed.
again, hon. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys in 6 months.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're just wrapping up here. We just got our card renewed. If you're in the market for your medical cannabis card, then you need to come down here in Auburn. It's a Relief Clinic. They're real easy to find. They're right out behind Sam's in Auburn, Sam's Italian Restaurant. Really good people, really good experience.
It's easy to find a caregiver near you thanks to mainlymedicated.com. First, just visit www.mainlymedicated.com or open up our free Mainly Medicated app. Click on Find Rate a Caregiver, enter in your location, and find the closest providers of medical cannabis near you. It's that easy. Lots of times, even delivery is available. If you're looking for a caregiver in Maine and you're a legal medical marijuana patient, look no further than Mainly Medicated. Download our new app free on the Play Store now, mainlymedicated.com, where you can find, rate, and review caregivers of medical cannabis in your area absolutely free. mainlymedicated.com.
Check out mainlymedicated.com, where you can find, rate, and review caregivers in your area.
So for caregivers and patients alike, they have the same limits. Caregivers are allowed to have a total of 5 patients at any given time. For each of those 5 patients, they're allowed to have 6 flowering plants. The plants at any point in their stage, whether they're short plants or big plants, as soon as they start to flower, they go on the 12 on and off light cycle as considered flowering. They're allowed 12 vegetative plants. That would be anything greater than 12 inches in height or width. And they're allowed unlimited seedlings and clones, and that is under 12 inches. Once they hit 12 and 12, either way, they're considered vegetative. The flowering and vegetative plants need to be tagged numerically to match their caregiver cards. So we suggest that people can just photocopy their caregiver cards and attach them to the plant so they follow the plants through the different stages of transplanting. They're allowed 2.5 ounces of prepared cannabis per patient that is ready to go out the door. They're also allowed 8 pounds of incidental per patient, and incidentals could include everything from trim, stalks, things that would be in their freezer for edibles, their tinctures, all of the extra cannabis that will be needed to replace the 2.5 ounces once a patient purchases that. They're also allowed to have one employee. Each caregiver can have one employee. It has to be a true bona fide employee. That employee needs to be on payroll and workers' comp. They can grow 6 additional flowering plants for themselves if the caregiver themselves is a patient. 2 people who live together can cultivate together, but no more than those 2. They live in the same household. And you're not allowed to have anybody in your cultivation area except for an employee, an elected official, service workers such as your HVAC or electricians, and then your one household member that is also a registered caregiver or patient that lives with you. As a caregiver, the facility that you grow in must also be completely locked and secured. So if you're growing in your home, whichever area in your home that you're using has to be secured from anybody else that may be coming to visit you. If you're growing outdoors, you must have a 6-foot-high privacy fence wherever the town rules allow that. And that is a privacy fence. So you could use a chain link, but it would have to have the plastic slats or the camo netting that goes over it, as well as a stockade fence would work great, or a greenhouse that is locked and secured. Again, all the plants must be labeled. You must register annually with DHHS. Currently, the price is $240 per patient for the licensing fees, as well as a $31 background check that is required annually as well. They are looking for any felony conviction that is a drug charge in the past 10 years. Your employee must also be registered with DHHS and have the background check. And either you or your employee as a caregiver must also have a pesticide applicator's license if you're going to use anything on your plants, including like rooting hormones or any type of approved pesticide. As a patient, that is the one rule that you don't have to have. You do not have to have a pesticide applicator's license to treat your own personal plants. Patients are allowed the same limits as a caregiver, but only for themselves. So they're allowed just the 6 flowering plants, the 12 vegetative plants, and the seedlings and clones that go with that. They're only allowed to possess 2.5 ounces of ready cannabis at any given time. And then they're also allowed 8 pounds of incidentals that's in storage or for further need of processing. They also, if they grow outdoors, are required the fencing requirements, the greenhouse requirements, and that's it on that. The other thing we teach in the classes for both patients and caregivers is how to respond if ever stopped in a motor vehicle by law enforcement. The biggest thing that we have to remind people is to stay calm, remain confident in knowing your rights and rules. Make sure that the law enforcement knows that you are a patient or caregiver right away as soon as you are questioned about that. Provide your patient card or your caregiver card. You also want to make sure that you don't consent to search and seizure. Sometimes if you offer that you are a patient or a caregiver, they'll ask if it's all right to search your vehicle. You want to respectfully decline. There's no need for that. That's what your card is for, is an affirmative defense against search and seizure. And you may accidentally incriminate yourself in some other way that you're not aware of. Again, remain polite, keep your hands where they can be seen. Do not threaten or resist police. If they have reason to believe that you're operating outside the law, that they may insist on searching your vehicle, in which case they have every right to do so. Ask if you are free to leave. If you are free to leave, then you should do so. Make sure that when you get home or to your destination that you write down whatever happened in the encounter so that later times you can recall the details. Sometimes when stressful situations happen, the memory plays tricks on you, so it's always good to have things written down. Assert your right to remain silent. If given the opportunity, most people should accept the right to remain silent or contact their attorney if they have any further questions. Again, write down anything that has happened and just know that your rights. If you don't know, you can always come to MMCM, and we have notes and cards that you can take with you to keep with you at all times. We also have law books that are available that one of our former directors created that goes through the law from beginning to end and all the rules as they've been updated throughout the years. The other thing that people should be aware of is if law enforcement comes to your home, they may want to do a knock and talk. They have questions, maybe somebody has reported a smell or an idea, and people need to assert their right that no one is allowed into their grow space without a warrant. So unless law enforcement has had reason to achieve a warrant, nobody should be allowing law enforcement in their house, even if you believe that your grow is 100% in compliance. Again, there may be one little thing that is outside of the rules that you're not aware of, and you could incriminate yourself without even knowing it. You may step outside your door, close your door, provide the cards, show them that you are in fact a true caregiver or a patient, but there is no reason to allow law enforcement into your grow space or your home without a warrant.
When people hear about all of the different health conditions that cannabis can help with and all of the different benefits of cannabis, it's almost too hard to believe. How can one herb have so many powerful medical properties without having any dangerous side effects? This question led researchers to discover a system of physiology that we all have inside of us that's constantly maintaining balance at a cellular level. It was named the endocannabinoid system because we discovered it when we were looking for how does cannabis work. Now we know that the endocannabinoid system is active in everyone all the time, from even before you were born to the end of your life, helping promote health and balance physiologically. This system is present all through the body and all the different tissues. That's why it can help with disorders of the brain, of the various organs like the liver or the intestines. It can help with musculoskeletal problems. It can help with inflammatory and immune issues. Your body is making cannabinoids all the time. These molecules function a lot like THC and the other cannabinoids found in the plant. And your body knows when to make these and how to make these to keep you healthy. Some people need a little help, or their endocannabinoid system may not be functioning at its optimal level, and you can address this by adding in the right dosage of cannabis from the plant. I've been surprised in my clinical practice to discover that ultra-low dosages of cannabis can be health-promoting and also relieve symptoms in patients. At these very low dosages, people will, over time, become more sensitive to cannabis and start getting better and better effects from the cannabis they're using, as well as start to develop a feeling of resilience, of strength, of balance. What I believe is happening, and this is supported by animal research, is that very low dosages of cannabis can actually upregulate and tonify your endocannabinoid system. This means the system of physiology that's been active within you since before you were born starts acting more efficiently, more optimally to promote health and balance internally. Ultra-low dosages of cannabis can be used, in my experience, to promote health and to keep people resilient to all the toxicities and changes in their environment.
Okay everyone, we're going to show you how to roll a joint by hand. You'll need some medical cannabis, a cannabis grinder, rolling papers, and of course a lighter. First, remove rolling paper from container. Hold the paper gum strip up and facing you. Next, fold a crease along the center of the rolling paper. Then, fill the paper with medicine, leaving the ends slightly empty. Hold joint with both hands near center and roll it back and forth. This will shape the medicine inside the paper into a cylinder. Next, hold medicine inside joint with two hands and roll it to the bottom. Use thumbnails to tuck in ends of rolling paper behind medicine and roll it upwards. Finally, continue only until the gum strip remains. Lick the gum strip to seal the joint, pinch and twist the ends to keep medicine inside, and you have a big joint that you can enjoy right now.
Are you all set?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yes, please.
thank you.
About 18 months old. He didn't say anything, no words, no nothing. And I started reading about autism. I finally got him into a neurologist, and it was definitely a diagnosis of autism, hitting his head and putting his head literally to the wall. And it was then that I decided that I was going to try, all the medication that he was on, the antipsychotics, they weren't rectifying the behavior. So I then decided to, take the route of medicinal marijuana. All right. So, Bud, it's time to take your medicine.
How many times a day does he take his meds?
3 times a day, and this is
There's 2 there?
there's 2 there. That's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He takes 1 at 7 o'clock in the morning, 1 at 11 o'clock in the morning, and 2 at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Bacteria, but I am a mother, so it just goes along with the territory. But Bryce has severe autism, and he used to bang his head 25 to 30 times a day. He would literally put his head through the wall. After being on so many antipsychotics that would not rectify the behavior, I decided to take the step of putting him on medicinal marijuana. At the age of 12 years old, he became the first adolescent in New England to be put on medicinal marijuana for accepting his behaviors. Although autism does not lie under the rules or on the list of medical marijuana, his doctor, Dr. Sulak, was able to get him on the list because of chronic head pain. It has changed our lives so much that we are able to go out to dinner, we are able to go to functions, we are able to do things, including starting a salsa business out of nowhere. Cool. You want to say hi to the people? I'm people. All of this is due to medical marijuana. So if you're one of the few people in here that are opposed to marijuana, to legalization, please rethink this. If you need to look up further information on us, look up Stephanie Lay or Maine Tech Salsa or the Special Foundation for Autism, and you'll figure out that this is important, what we are doing here. We need to get this done. Because when Bryce was diagnosed in 2002, it was 1 in 500 kids. Now, it is 1 in 42 boys. It is a big, huge jump, so we need to figure something out. Bryce, do you have anything to say? Can you tell them what we do in our family business? Thank you all very much. And again, if you're opposed, please rethink your opposition because it's very important. Because look at this. This is what has happened with medical marijuana. Thank you. Can you read your schedule out loud, please? What's the third one? Okay. How many boxes do we have here?
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Start mixing, please. Just rinse them. Take them out of the box. Yep. There you go. Remember how you just did. Good job. Good job. Good job, son.
Oh, let's see. Right here. And there.
Same Tony, new buds. Join your favorite dickerer in a new educational series about Maine medical marijuana. Tony's traveling the entire state of Maine to bring you incredible cannabis success stories, delicious medicated recipes, and is teaching you how to grow from seed to harvest. Roll Your Own, the series, starring Tony Bennett, premiering soon on Facebook and YouTube. And if you have a head shop, caregiving business, or grow supply store, contact us to be in an upcoming episode of Roll Your Own, the series.
And don't forget to check out mainlymedicated.com, where you can find, rate, and review caregivers in your area.